Today we are discussing about oscillating follower problem. I request you to kindly note down the data. So, oscillating follower 70 mm long, an angular displacement of 30 degree in each stroke, and the roller dia is 20 mm. The outward displacement and inward displacement of follower occupy 120 degree each. That means both rise and return will be 120 degree. Right? Then dwell of 60 degree in between. He has given dwell of 60 degree in between. That means in between rise and return, you have dwell of 60 degree. Outward motion is simple harmonic motion. Inward motion is UARM. So while drawing displacement diagram, outward motion will be simple harmonic motion. Inward motion will be, inward means return. Outward means rise. Base circle dia is 30 mm. Fulcrum is 70 mm to the left and 40 mm above the cam shaft center. So this is the problem statement. But throughout this statement, you can observe you don't get any data regarding lift. Okay, this is the problem actually. But he has not given any data regarding lift. But instead, he has given here angular follower 70 mm long and angular displacement 30 degree in each stroke. So instead of giving lift directly, he has given an angular displacement of the follower because it's an oscillating follower. So angular displacement is 30 degree. So here I have drawn an oscillating follower. We will consider this as a pivot. This part will be considered as a pivot. Okay, so this part we consider as a pivot. And this is the oscillating follower. The length of the oscillating follower he has given, that is 70 mm. Right. Then the diameter of the roller for oscillating follower is 20 mm. Is taking the angular displacement 30 degree. See, when the cam rotates during rise, this oscillating follower can go till 30 degree up. So angular displacement is given, the linear displacement is not given. So we want this displacement lift we want to diagram. So you need to calculate the displacement. I mean length which it has been raised. So what is the length of, so what is the distance it is raised actually from this point to this point? This is the raised value, right? If I consider the A as a starting point of the follower, the A dash will be the position at rise, after rise. So total rise is the length of the arc, A to A dash. The length of the arc what we have, A to A dash, that will be the lift, total lift. Therefore, we need to calculate first the lift. We know that the length of this arc will be the lift. Therefore, length of arc of travel will be equal to the lift. How to find this length of arc? From basics of geometry, we know the length of arc is equal to radius of the arc multiplied by angle subtended. So the radius of this arc is 70 mm. So 70 mm multiplied by the angle subtended by this arc is 30 degree. 30 degree is there. I need to convert the 30 degree into radians. That's why I'm multiplying by pi and divided by 180. So if you multiply by pi divided by 180, it will gives you in radians. Once you perform this mathematical operation, that is the radius into multiplied by angle subtended, we will get the length of arc of travel in terms of millimeter. In terms of millimeter. So 36.65 is the value we are getting as a lift. So this is the total lift of the follower. For oscillating follower, displacement will not be given sometimes. You need to calculate with this formula. That is what? Using angular displacement and length of the oscillating follower. So now we calculated. You note on this also, length of the arc of travel is equal to lift is equal to 70 multiplied by 30 degree multiplied by pi divided by 180. So 36.65 is the total lift. Let us draw the displacement diagram. Total lift is 36.65. So 36.65 mm, 90 degree. And scale we are taking 20 degree is equal to 1 centimeter. 20 degree is equal to 1 centimeter. So what is the first angle now? Lift we have drawn 36.65. The outward displacement and inward displacement of follower occupy 120 degree. That means outward and inward both are 120 degree. So 20 degree is equal to 1 centimeter means 120 degree is equal to 6 centimeters. So 60 mm 0 degree. The lift is 36.65 minus 90 degree and close this. So this is the box for outward stroke. Okay. And the outward stroke is following which type of motion? See here, the outward motion is simple harmonic motion. So we know the procedure how to draw the displacement diagram for simple harmonic motion. We will draw a semicircle exactly at the center. We will take the semicircle and we will divide the semicircle into equal parts. So how many parts you divide the semicircle? The same parts you need to divide in this linear measurement also. So since this is 60 mm we have, it's better to divide the semicircle into 6 equal parts. So let us divide the semicircle into 6 equal parts. Rotation angle 30 degree. So for every 30 degree, you draw the divisions. So this is the procedure for semicircle. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the same amount of distance you need to divide on this also. This is 6 centimeter line. So take 10 mm 0 degree, draw a vertical line. 10 mm 0 degree. For every 1 centimeter, you divide the linear displacement. Okay, so these divisions will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we divided semicircle into 6 equal parts. At the same time, divided the linear displacement also, the linear line also, 6 divisions. Projection 0 and 0 it will be itself. So 1, 2. 1, 2, Okay, 1 to 1, you join it, make an angle 0 degree. Then 2 to 2, take projection. 3 to 3, 4 to 4, 5 to 5. Right. So take curve, smooth curve, a thick line, 0. This will be 1 dash now. This is 2 dash, 3 dash, 4, 5, and 6. A smooth curve you need to draw, and you should label it. This is going to be 1 dash. This is 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, and 6 dash. This is about simple harmonic motion, outward stroke. Now, what is the next angle we need to take? This is given in a single line, that is outward stroke and inward stroke displacement will be 120 degree. But in the next sentence, he has given dwell of 60 degree in between. So in between outward stroke and return stroke, we have dwell. So don't take 120 degree once again. You have to take 60 degree dwell in between. So 60 degree means how many centimeters? 6. 3 centimeters. So 3 centimeter means 30 mm 0 degree. So dwell also completed. So return stroke is how much? Return stroke is 120 degree once again. So 60 mm. So instead of drawing 60 mm, I will take individually 10 mm 0 degree, 1, 2, 3, 4. I am dividing the 60 mm into 6 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. mm 0 degree. Right. So join it. Join this. Join this also. So we are dividing this into 6 equal parts. This will be now return stroke. Therefore 6 dash. Sorry, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and finally 0. What is the type of motion we have for return stroke? The outward motion is SHM and inward motion is UARM. And in UARM, we not given any fraction for acceleration and retardation. So we can divide the midline itself as a equal parts. So we have divided the horizontal line into 6 equal parts. So vertical line also into 6 equal parts. The total length of the vertical line is 36.5. So 36.5 need to divide into 6 equal parts. So 36.65 divided by 6. We are getting 36.65 divided by 6 means 6.11 mm. 6.11. And finally, the end point is here. So we divided the lines into 6 equal parts. I take here the zoom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 divisions. Right. So this is 6 dash now. It's already since from here to here it is dual, so 6 dash we will get as it is. Then in vertical divisions, this will be 6, and where is the 5? Here 5. So this is 5. Similarly, we get 4 here, 3, 2, and 1 we will get, and 0 finally. 5, I will take a little bit upside. Join accordingly the numbers. Join 6 dash. This is 6, and let me complete this. This is 5 and 5 intersections. Join this corner 6 with the 5. Join this corner 6 with the 4 end point, and 3. This is the acceleration part, and this is the deceleration part. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So now 5 vertical line and 5 horizontal inclined line, we're intersecting at this point. So 5 dash. This is 4 dash. 3 dash will be here itself. 3 dash. 2 and 2. 2 dash. And 1 dash. Right. So let us join the arc 5 and 5. 4, 3, intersection 2, the intersection of 1 and 1, and back to 0. We'll get UARM displacement diagram. So once you complete this displacement diagram, now let's move on to the cam profile. I'll delete this calculation, cam profile. I need to draw. So the procedure to draw the cam profile is a little bit different. What is the length of follower is given 70 mm. First you draw center of the cam. So center of the cam I'll take somewhere here. The base circle dia is 30 mm. Base circle radius is 30 mm, that is not dia. I need to change here. The base circle radius is 30. Base circle radius is 30. So what I do, first I will take 30 mm 90 degree. So this is the radius for base circle. Then we will get the roller, right? So roller of oscillating follower. The roller of oscillating follower is 20 mm dia. That means 10 mm is the radius. So 10 mm 90 degree. This is 30 mm. This is 30 mm line. Above that, what we have, that is 10 mm. So total is 40 mm. 30 plus 10 mm roller, 40. And now we need to construct a roller at this point. The dia is 20 mm. right? And we need to construct the circle at this point. The dia of the circle is 60. So what this constitute? This constitute the base circle. This constitute the roller circle. This is base circle and this is roller circle. And this is not a roller follower. Keep in mind, this is oscillating follower. So now you read the another point. The data for oscillating follower. The fulcrum is 70 mm from to the left. The fulcrum is 70 mm to the left and 40 mm above the camshaft. 70 mm left, 40 mm above the camshaft. So I need to take 70 mm left. So from this center, I'll take 70 mm left. One line. Okay. And 40 mm above the center, which is already 40 mm above the center only. Why? Because this is 30 mm and this is 10 mm. 30 plus 10, 40. We already taken the 40 mm above the center. This line is 70 mm. Okay. So this is the oscillating follower. You show the fulcrum over there. Fulcrum means pivot point. Draw a pivot point. So this is the pivot. It's fixed at this point. So now when this is the cam base, still we not drawn the cam circle, sorry, cam profile. Right? So we just shown the base circle and oscillating follower. Let us draw the cam profile now. Since we have roller also here, along with this base circle, you need to draw the prime circle also. So what is the diameter for prime circle? So base circle is 30 and this radius is 10. So 30 plus 10 is 40. So diameter 40 mm diameter you draw as a, sorry, 40 is the radius. Prime circle I will draw. This is 30 mm radius for base circle, 10 mm radius for roller circle. So 30 plus 10, 40 is the radius for prime circle. So now this one is, this is base circle. This is prime circle. Right, and this is the roller circle. So 3 circles you already got. You will get one more circle for oscillating follower. That is the pivot circle. What do you call that? Pivot circle. So how to get the pivot circle? You need to take the center of the cam as a center and touch the pencil to this fulcrum. That means the radius will become 70 mm. It may go maximum also. So you take the end point of this fulcrum, that is the radius. Circle, keeping cam center the center, touch this center of the fulcrum. So this is pivot circle. The one more circle you need to draw, that is pivot circle. So this is the center. So this is the center and pivot point radius. Keep the compass leg at this center and touch the pencil to the fulcrum, draw circle. That circle is called as pivot circle. So this is pivot circle. Okay. I will delete these things. I will explain. I need to draw cam profile. That's why pivot circle also have drawn. Pivot circle radius, you don't go for any measurement. Just draw a circle such a way that keeping compass leg at the center of the cam and touch the pencil to the pivot fulcrum. That's it. Now you need to join. You need to join a line from the pivot circle end point to the center of the cam. Join a line from pivot circle center point to the center of the cam. Okay. See, I have joined this line. The difference is, till today, what we discussed, the radial cams for knife edge follower, roller follower, and others, with respect to the vertical line. But now we need to measure the angle with respect to this line, the line which we have drawn from center of cam to the fulcrum center. So what is the first angle? 120 degree. So now you need to take 120 degree of this line. Rotate this, keeping at this center. From this inclined line, you should measure 120 degree. Understood? So 120 degree, you need to measure with respect to this line. So this angle is going to be 120 degree. Angle between these two. So angle between these two will be 120 degree. Got it? So this is the difference, main difference. You need to start angle from fulcrum center, a line joining from fulcrum center to the cam center, 120 degree. Then dwell 60 degrees there. So take this line. Take this line. Angle between, sorry, rotate, I will take. Rotate this line. From this measurement, you take 60 degree. For the second angle now, 60 degree. This is 60 degree. And the remaining will be automatically, so no, the remaining is 120 degree return stroke he has given. So I need to rotate once again. So measure an angle from this center to this. Rotation angle is 120 degree. So angle between these two, 120 degree. Remaining you will get dual only. 120 plus 120, 240. 240 plus 60, 300. 300 plus 60, 60 degree will be dual. Okay, that we need to show here in displacement diagram also. We forgot that. So 60 degree. 60 degree means 30 mm. 30 mm 0 degree. Line you need to draw. And show that as a dual. Right. So marking is completed. Now to draw the profile, see the procedure is a little bit different. You need to divide this pivot circle into equal parts, not the base circle, not the prime circle. Okay, in your knife edge follower, you divided the base circle. In your roller follower, you divided the prime circle. Now for oscillating follower, you need to divide the pivot circle. So now you take this line 120 degree, we divide into 6 equal parts. So divide this 120 degree into 6 equal parts. That means every 20 degree you take. For every 20 degree, you divide into 6 equal parts. So this gives you now, let us call this as A, B, C, D, E, and F. This is the outstroke SHM. Don't draw this line, just get a point A, B, C, D. Understood? So divide the circle into 120 degree into equal parts. I will place a simple point over there at the end points. Then I will trim those. At the end point, I will place. I will getting a marking. That's it. That's enough for you also. Anyway, these lines will not be useful. You are getting the point on the pivot circle. That's it. We divided the circle into 6 equal parts to get the A, B, C, D. That's it. Okay. So similarly, you divide. The 12 is not required to divide. And to divide the return stroke also into equal parts. Anyway, 120 degree is there. You divide that also into 120 degree line. Rotate. Divide the return stroke also into equal parts. Okay. So now the return F reverse. Here also you place the point at the end point. 2 mm point I will take. Identify the points. Okay. I will delete these lines. I divided the pivot circle into 6 equal parts and I divided it. The things. So now what you should do, you should measure the 70 mm line. So now you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, everything. You measure the radius of this pivot circle. So with each of the points obtained as a center with radius equal to pivot circle of OP. See, if I consider this as a P and this as O, take compass, center of this point A, radius you take 70 mm, length of the oscillating follower and cut an arc. And B, length of the radius is 70 mm. From this point you cut an arc. From point C, you take length of the arc Radius of the arc 70 mm. Cut an arc. The radius is 70 mm. Radius is 70 mm. From prime circle, you cut an arc. Okay. Radius is 70 mm. D is over. Now E. Radius is 70 mm. And finally F. Radius you take 70 mm. Okay, so now this constitutes 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you go for displacement diagram, measure the distances from 0 to 1. What is the distance? 2.46. 2.46. You draw an arc on the previously drawn arc itself. 2.46 the radius. You cut the arc where you had drawn the previous arc itself. Here you had drawn an arc, no? There itself you should draw. The second measurement is 2 to 2 dash. 2 to 2 dash, 9.16. 9.16. Keep the compass like that, 0.2, 9.16. Cut an arc. Okay, the third distance is 3 to 3 dash, 18.33. 18.33 on the third one. 18.3. Radius is 18.33. In your compass, you take these measurements. Cut the previously drawn arc. Then 4 to distance from 4 to 4 dash, 27.49. 27.49. 27.49. Cut an arc to the previously drawn arc. And finally 5 to 5 dash. $34.19. So 34.19 you need to take from 5 to 5 dash. 34.19. And we know what is 66 dash, that is 36.65. The lift of the follower, 36.65. Cut an arc. Okay, so now you got almost all the points. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, and 5 dash, 5 dash to 6 dash. So this constitutes the measurement. 1 dash, This is 1 dash, this is 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash, 5 dash, and 6 dash. See, I had drawn this arc on previously drawn arc. There is no straight line there. Okay, so now you need to draw the circle. Circle at every point. Draw a circle by center point on the place of 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, wherever the intersects. Diameter 20 mm. You need to draw the circles on every point of 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so you should draw the circle at every point. The same procedure you need to do for the return stroke. The return stroke, F2 6 you had drawn. Now F you need to take here. What is the radius of the follower? 70 mm is the radius. Cut an arc for the prime circle. Cut an arc for prime circle. Then come to point E. What is the length of the follower? 70. That much radius you take. Cut an arc. This is 5. D. The radius is 70. Then go to C. Take radius 20. B. And finally A. $70 mm is the length of the follower. So this gives you return numbers, reverse numbers. 6, this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and 0 also you need to draw. So 60 from here, 70 mm radius. So this is 0. Now transfer the displacement diagrams. Arcs. So at point 6 we know we have a radius of 36.65. To cut an arc. The remaining measurement we need to take 5 to 5 dash measurement 34.74. Cut an arc till this 4 to 4 dash should measure 4 to 4 dash is 28.59. 28.59. 3 to 3 dash, it will be 36 divided by measurement we can easily get off of the lift actually. So from here 36.65 divided by 2. Then 2 to 2 dash 8.3 8.03 8.03 and finally 1 to 1 dash measurement you take 1 to see I have not joined properly. Here is the one dash I have joined here. So 1 dash is 2.03 2.03 2.03. Okay, so at every point we need to draw circle now. So take circle, diameter 20 from this end point, this end point. So every place you draw this circle. So this gives you 6 dash reverse numbers. This is 5 dash, 4 dash, 3 dash, 2 dash, 1 dash, and that is 0. So to join the curve now, it's very easy. Go for a smooth curve such a way that it should be joined like a tangent. Take curve, take curve. So join from this intersection, join like a tangent to the circle. It need not be exactly at the intersection. It should be joined like a tangent to the circle. I have to draw one more circle here actually. From 0 I need to draw one more circle. So that will give me here. I will draw one more circle here at 0. Circle by center point at 0, 20 mm diameter. Switch off, maintain relationship. So this is one. Simply join like a tangent. To the circles. So this is the required cam profile. Make it thick. And this is the dwell period. Also I'll make thick. So finally you got the cam profile. Highlight the follower also. So these are the follower part. Oscillating follower with cam.